So hello everyone, welcome to this skill pit. Today we are going to talk about the BDD. I will further. I will tell you what it is, what it means, what it is useful for, and we would like to dive you into the testing world, which I think most of you know what is testing, but I would like you to help me with this because what I have found in my years of development is that different people has different points of view about the testing. When should be done, what it is for, what is useful, what is not useful, is it worth to do it at the beginning, at the middle, at the end, during the project, so all that kind of things. So today, as I mentioned, we are going to talk about BDD, which is the behavior-driven development. And before diving on the BDD, I would like someone of you guys to tell me what is the testing for you and why is important for you, but what is your concept of testing? So please, if somebody wants to join in to help me, feel free, raise your hand or whatever. Nobody wants to tell me his point of view on.
Okay, me, for example, I consider testing as a process in order that is mandatory in order to check if the behavior of the program is the expected. So to check if everything is working as expected, and in case so, that would mean that the program is working properly. It's like will be at the bug, like kinda, in my opinion, it's like kinda at the back, but there's a program that already checks if the bug is, if there's not any problem.
So you mean that for you is important for the quality, right?
It's important for the quality, yes, exactly.
Okay, that's a good point of view. And sorry, I cannot see in the Teams your name. Sorry, but where would you place the testing? I mean, if you are in a project, where would you place the testing? What would you do?
Well, in my experience, normally the testing is there's a folder with all the testing files. That there's like little programs that also run the application and check the result of the application. For example, if you have an application that is a web page that prints "Hello World," then the testing should be the like a call to the application, and what you receive should be "Hello World," and it should be placed in the I don't know exactly, depending on the runtime, I guess, I suppose, but yeah, inside the same application.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me your name, please? Because I cannot see it, so thank you.
Yeah, my name is Iker.
Okay, thank you again. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share his opinion on the testing or his point of view?
Yeah, hi Victor. My name is Clement, DevOps engineer, let's say, or software engineer from Murcia. Thank you for the presentation. I would say testing also can be like testing the environment. So you want to test what your final production environment will be. So you want to duplicate that dev environment. So that'll be another form of testing, in my opinion, besides the code testing that you do during the app development, of course. So I will consider that testing as well.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
are. Yes, sorry, Victor.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like this point of view because sometimes we forgot about this kind of testing, and it is really important also because as we are going to see here, the testing not also resides on just in a technical point of view. So
Right.
it is also a really good point. So I like that.
Who's ever heard that they say, well, it works in my computer, right?
Yeah, works in my local.
I don't know
so
why it's
it's
not working
fine.
on yours, but it worked on mine.
buy a laptop like mine.
Right. Hey, test environment is working. I don't know why it's not working in production.
Yeah, I totally agree with it.
Exactly, and that's a good point of view, because testing is important, and from my perspective, the best thing is that it ensures quality. A good test plan, a good execution of a test planning, and a good test makes your application to have like very high quality, and that's the most important thing, because most of us we assume that our work is on a high quality, but we have to demonstrate it, and the best way to demonstrate is by testing. And thank you, Clement, because that's an important point, because testing is not only testing on what we know as a developer. Like, I do my function, which I should do I don't know, a sum of two numbers, and then I should test that 2 + 2 is 4. We need to think further than that, because we have a lot of different tests, and I would like to show you the next slide, which
Yeah,
is the
Victor,
type of test.
sorry to interrupt. If you can go back one moment. I would like, before to start with a different type of testing, I would also like to think about an important point here, which because we talk about the technical point of view, the infrastructure point of view, and I would like to talk also about the business point of view. Okay, because this is a really important point in the testing, and sometimes we as a developers, we don't think about the value of our testing in the business world. So and I would like to encourage you to think about in this way, because as product or a software product that we are delivering with this kind of testing, this kind of guarantees that the code is working fine, it's helping a lot to the people who is trying to sell the product, because it's they can say that, okay, here you have all the results, you have all the testing, and so it is a really good point. And the best way, or the best approach that we should do here is try to make short the distance between this kind of technical point of view and this business point of view, because at the end both we are working in the same direction, and this is the point of view that we need to go through.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I agree with
Yeah.
Joseph. Sometimes we forget that we're all in one way or another in contact with the client. So you're in contact, a developer's in contact with the client, with his software, with the quality of the software.
Yep.
So in one way or another, we're always in contact with the client, right? Not just the salesperson, not just the engagement manager, but in one form or another, we're always contributing, just like Joseph just said, helping that a good quality, well-tested software helps everybody in the long run.
Yeah. And at this point, I would like to ask you and try me to, if you have any kind of experience within the testing as a developer, or as a, or maybe business analyst, or maybe a manager. How many times do you speak with the guys who are developing the testing, or the times that you are speaking with the guys who are managing the project regarding these kind of things, this kind of testing functionalities, how many times did you align your work with this So if anyone can explain your experience. Come on, I'm sure that anyone of the one who is here at least once did his approach.
Yeah, don't be shy. We are not going to bite you yet.
I'm sorry, Joseph. What was the question again?
Yeah, the thing is, or the experience of the times that you speak with your management, the responsible, or the who is managing the project, or directly with the client, in order to see if the tests that you are doing are the correct one, or you are aligned with them. Yeah, and I know that the question is a little bit tricky because I expect that not that amount of people do this alignment. So
Yeah, so making sure that your test environment is the same as your production environment? Maybe?
No. I
No.
mean that your test really fulfill the client requirements.
Yeah,
Okay,
just to be more precise, the question is how many time do you spend talking about the testing with the people involved in the project?
Yeah, with
My
business
case,
people and this.
Not unless you're involved in testing, right? I mean,
at the beginning of the project, mainly.
Normally at the beginning of the sprint, when you define the task that you have to test.
Yeah, so it's like the crazy phone that okay, we got this information at the beginning. So once we get this in the beginning, we start working. Okay, and what happened at the end of the project? Sometimes we can find that there is a functionality that is not as the client expected, and sometimes it will doing these kind of things where we will find bugs that are not necessary if we do this alignment at the beginning. So that's
not including the actual code testing, right? The compiling. Let's say it compiles okay and it's passing, all those tests, but like the final product, you mean, like once you turn it
yes,
in, like
at the end
is
defining the test cases at the end.
We are mainly, sorry to interrupt, we are mainly speaking about testing, not one only unique type of testing. And this is an approach about the question that Victor did a few minutes ago regarding when to start testing, at the beginning, at the middle, at the end. And just to let you know, Victor, this is one of the questions I used to ask in some interviews for juniors, because I love the testing work, and this is something that nobody not at least all the people that I would like spend time within. So
exactly.
Yeah, go.
The thing is that I don't remember who told about the beginning of the project. At the beginning, always is beginning of something. But what happened on a change request? If for some reason there is a change, you need to be aware that in case of a change, you need to adapt your test plan. Maybe you need to change your test. So that's why it's important. We need to be aligned at every time with the testing plan. We need to have in mind that we need to test everything, no matter what, at no matter what time. So it's like involved in the whole process of the project.
Yeah, not like in the past, only at the end, and you don't have time enough, and nobody knows how to test. Yeah,
continuous testing. That's what you're getting.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the key. And agile testing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And going back to the presentation, what we would like to share with you is the different kind of testing. They are not included, but there's a lot of testing, as you can see. I don't know if you know all of them. We are not going to dive into this, but I would like to ask you one question. On this slide, do you miss one that for you is very important? Is there any kind of test that you think it should be included here because it's so important to appear in one slide of 20 words?
The production testing, something that as close to what the final environment and process
we can
will
have
be,
here we can have here an infrastructure testing or something,
right?
maybe.
Yeah,
but,
infra testing, just to make sure.
Yeah, but yeah.
What about user testing, like end user testing?
Exactly.
Usability testing.
Why is for you important the user testing?
For me?
Yes.
Because
why would you highlight that?
Because they are the ones eventually who creates the money for your company. So you need to create products which create value for them. So we need to track their behavior on the platforms they're working with.
That's it. That's a really good point, and I like that Matt, you came to the conversation because I don't know if any one of you knows Matt. Matt is working more in the business point of view of the company, and you see that before we asked for testing and we had no, okay, for the technical point of view we ensure that everything is working. Matt is wondering if the client or if the user has the functionality that they need. Okay, so it is interesting because we have two different point of views here, and both of them are correct for sure. So yeah, I totally agree that one of we need here is the something focus on the user, no, Victor?
Exactly. And on this on this point, we are going to focus on the functional testing type, okay, which is involved the one we are going to talk about. So please, Josep, if you can go ahead with this.
Yes. So here is where it starts the magic, no, of this presentation. It's the BDD. My first question will be, how many of you, and I would like if you know that, raise your hand and tell me if you heard before the BDD. So I just 10 seconds. If you heard about this, just raise your hand and let's see how many of you knows about this.
Either nobody's heard of it or their mouse doesn't work.
No, if you have ever heard about it or if
No,
you know
I have
something.
not. I didn't raise my hand. I have not heard of it.
Okay.
Okay, so I see that we are almost 90 people and only maybe 10, 15 people knows about this. So yeah, that's what we expect, and that's why we would like to start explaining this. Okay, so the first that we need to know about this, that this is a strategy. It is a strategy to fulfill all the requirements of the client. Okay, so it is a way of thinking at the end. Okay, because maybe almost all of you knows about TDD, and the TDD, it's perfect. It's really good strategy, but sometimes it's not fulfilling what Matt came before about the user, because okay, with TDD we know that we will define all the logic. The logic will be covered 100% with testing. That's perfect. Okay, but how do you know if that testing fulfill the requirements of the user? Okay, so here is where we define or we are using the BDD, the behavior-driven development. That means that we are going to put the focus on the user and the behavior of the system. Okay, so and how are we going to do that, and how are we going to work with? Okay, so the first thing that we are going to define a common language for all the stakeholders, and with all the stakeholders I mean developers, analysts, managers, client, everyone, because what we are going to do here is we are going to define a test that all the people involved in the project can understand and can propose some different scenarios or different tests. Okay, so this will provide a clear communication and a direct communication with all the members of the team. Important point: the testing must be done in all the phases of the project, from the beginning, in the middle, at the end. Always, it is iterative at the end. Okay, so as we working with new functionalities each sprint, we need to work also with the functionality. Okay, so if you can go to the next slide, Victor.
Yes, just one thing that I would like to highlight is the first point, as you can see, is the common language for all stakeholders, which means that we involve all the people. It's the highest point on this.
Yeah, and now we are going to explain how it is doing it. Okay, so as you as developers, you will receive from your analyst the the different user stories, the different requirements from the client. Okay, so what about if or imagine that if you can talk with your analyst or your client, and you can both define these requirements in a way that you can code it directly and you can fulfill exactly this functionality. So the user for the client, sorry, it's very easy to have this, to write this down with you. So both are you going to understand every requirement, and later on for you, in order to develop, it will be very easy to go to the point about what is needed. Okay, so that's why we need that every requirement must be turned into user story. That's for sure, and we know that. But we need to also define a concrete examples, and each examples must be translated to a scenario that we can use later on in the BDD. Okay, so a user scenario where we define all the actions. Okay. Yeah, so exactly. So here we have to be aware that we need to define the specifications of the user behavior instead of the unitary test. Okay, because for unitary test, we are going to get to rely or put the focus on the logic of the application, but in this case, we want to put the highlight in the behavior. Okay, so if you go to the next slide, we will see it in a.
Any question until here? Do you want to say something, add something, maybe something we missed, something you know? Feel free to join. Okay, I will move.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so here you can see that this is the common language at the end. Okay, so in this case, we define that the language will be English. Maybe some projects will have some abbreviations that we can also use here. Okay, so given when then. I think that you never heard about this. Well, the people who never talk about or hear about BDD. So in this case, for BDD, we are using these three magical words, which will given us the given, the scenario, the preconditions that are specified. Then we have the when, where we are going to define the conditions of the actions, and then we have the then, that is the expected results that we have. So as you can see, and if you are used to with the unit testing, for example, you have the assert, the act, and the assert, isn't it? So it's quite similar, because at the end is what is given, which is the conditions of the different actions that we are going to do, and the then. And if you think in a user story, I think that it's for sure you are going to be able to define these three per each user story. Okay, but imagine if when you define the user story with your analyst or with your client, you prepare these kind of things. So the user will understand all the testing that you are doing. Okay, and with this you can fulfill everything. So here, Matt don't know about, well, I'm sorry, Matt, I will put you as example because you spoke before. And so Matt is thinking about the user requirements. And for example, the other one who speak, I think it was Iker, it was thinking about the more in a technical point of view. So in this way, both can speak, can understand one each other, and can go through the best solution, because at the end the user or the satisfaction of the client is what we are looking for. Okay, so this is a really good approach, because in the during all the project we can define this. Important with this approach, we can go through different kind of testings. Okay, because with this we can go through unit testing. We can go to functional testing with different, well, you know, the integration testing also with the databases, other systems. We can also do this. So it is a strategy that allows us to work with different kind of testings. Okay. Okay, so let's go to an example. So the first one, well, as we say here, given since the user has not entered any data in the form, when he clicks on the send button, the appropriate validation message must be displayed. Okay, so here we have a user which has to fill the form, and if the user does not fulfill everything, okay, we should show a display. Okay, so this is something that the client can tell you, and both of you work with this example, with this scenario, this possible scenario. So for a developer, it's easier to transform this to a test because it's really clear all the steps, and for the client, it's really clear that this is the action and this is the expected result that we are going to have. Okay, so any questions, any remarks, any things that I speak so fast? Maybe let me know.
No, it's good. Thank you.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
This is available also in many languages, not only English.
Yes, exactly. Yes, in fact, this is something that you define the language, so you can define the language which you feel more comfortable with your client or with your business people who is going to work with you. If it's Spanish, if it's German, it can be German. It's we don't care at all, because well, if we will need to use the given, when, then, because as we know, working in different technologies, for coding, it's the standard is English, and the most common libraries for working with these three words, the reserved words are these three, but yes, for sure, the test can be rated in any language. Okay, so any more questions, any more remarks?
I think we can proceed.
Okay, so
then just as a real quick overview for each programming language or whatever, we have different kind of tools that to use the testing. And honestly speaking, I'm only used to .NET, which is the Spec Flow. And basically, what you do is you write down your test in the common language, and then what you have to do is I'm going to be maybe a bit technical on here, but what you do is you map your line of common language or language, you map it into a function on your code, basically. That's more or less how it works. So given you the parameters, then when it's more or less like a normal test. Okay. Any question? Anything? Some kind of tools that you use, the people who knows BDD, or you want to share your knowledge or your experience, or?
I have knowledge of Cucumber. I use it in my actual project. And I would like to know about the other Java frameworks, to know if they have some advantages to compare to Cucumber, or if Cucumber is the best tool that we have nowadays to use with Java.
Any Java expert in the room? Because well, I'm used to .NET. Any Java guy that wants to share his knowledge?
Me.
Please go ahead.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, it's to to have more info about the Java frameworks that are listed in the slide. It's because I know Cucumber and I use Cucumber in my actual project, in the project I'm working on. And I would like to know if the other frameworks, JBehave, JDave, Instinct, or BinSpec, if they have some advantages in comparison to Cucumber.
Honestly, I don't know about that. Like, I've never used anything related with testing in Java. I was on the part of only programming and just that. So that kind of things I'm not sure about it. There's JUnit, I think that will be one.
Well, if nobody have used those frameworks, I can do some research after after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As we are mainly working with .NET, that question for us is a little bit difficult to answer. So.
Yes, yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, so before that, we have prepared a small questionnaire or test. So Giuseppe will share with you a link and a code. And if you can join, we are going to use a Kahoot. Sorry if it's not pronounced like that. I don't know, Kahoot. A Kahoot tool, which is we have prepared a questionnaire of 10 questions. And Giuseppe will present the questions, and you will have 4 different types of answers, or 2, depending on the question. And you can choose, and we will see the results. And the winner, I don't know, will win a hug, or I don't know. But Giuseppe,
yes, one
Sorry,
second.
but
I'm preparing.
one thing that with Corona hug is not allowed, so you have to choose another prize for the winner.
Yeah, but you can take note about the hug.
Okay, I will. 1 second. Because I have the pin, but I don't have the link. I think you can go. Okay, well, I will put the link in the chat and also the pin that you need. And let me know. Well, I will see you in the list. Okay, we have 1 player. I will share.
Come on, who's playing with Matt and me? Come on. We're not playing, only 2 of us.
Okay.
Join the game, come on. Not even the target profile.
We are going to lose. BDD joined the game. So
We're like, how many, like 80 people here? Come on.
As more people, more fun. If not,
exactly.
You will win the prize. Don't worry.
It's not loading for me. I'm Juan. And it
also,
try that one, please.
For me, it's happening the same.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Now we are playing.
Joseph, please.
If you put just Kahoot in Google, and you can, and the first page that you get is now you are joining.
Oh, it's taking.
Change the language, Joseph, please.
Yes. Okay.
Come on, we have spent like 2,000 euros to make this tool work.
Oh, we have Julio Iglesias in the.
And you know it.
Expect nothing. I like the names. I like the names. The client knows always. The client will win always. Okay, 1 more minute and we will start. So. Okay. Okay, Victor, do you think we are good to start?
Yes, if people don't want to join, it's fun.
If people don't want to win the prize.
Yeah, I think we are not cute enough. We should
Yeah,
have
yeah, for sure.
The best is you.
we are better face to face, but with the camera is not. We are not that good, Victor.
Okay.
You're losing your mojo.
Exactly.
People is not. Okay.
Let's start. We are 30 people. Okay, so let's start with this.
That's an easy one, huh? Come on, guys.
We start from the easy. Okay.
I can respond anyone. I can see the options.
It is supposed to load in your screen the different colors. Let's move to the next one and let's see if it works.
Yeah.
You see the question in the streaming in the Teams call, and then you can choose the answer in your browser.
Exactly. Ángel, cheater.
Cheater, and the client always won, as we said. So we have here.
Okay.
Next one.
No, I just see the colors, but not the options.
No,
Yes.
no, you have to press the color. You have to press the color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The options you will see it in my screen.
Yeah. The options are seen in the screen. Yeah.
Oh, smoke testing was.
No. Just to
popular.
let you know, don't press next. Let's explain the rules. You will see the questions on the screen, okay? And then you have in your screen 4 colors which matches with the answers that are shown in the screen. So you need to have the presentation that Josep is sharing, and then your screen. And by the color on your screen, you choose based on the answers that are in the screen, which means in this case, unit testing is the red, smoke testing is the blue, stress testing is the yellow, and the status testing is the green. So you have to press the color. Don't wait for the question to load or anything. Just press once you see it in the screen that Josep is sharing.
Yep, that's it. So is it clear for everyone?
Yes, you.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go next.
Okay, Fernando took the lead, and the client keeps on the second position. It's a 50%. So, okay. Now seems that everyone has. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Seems that what we explained is useful at all.
Okay, so Fernando is the lead, and BDD, I don't know who is, but it's cheater. We are talking about BDD. It's Okay, nice. Let's see. Ooh. Next one. Okay. Let's see the board.
Okay, Fernando, stop.
Fernando, stop. You.
Yeah,
I will not answer the, the next question. Okay.
This might be quite tricky, right, Josep?
Yeah, I think
What
so.
do you think? I think this one, or maybe not, because I see here very clever people.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It was not as hard as we.
Oh, wait.
The next time we will have to do a harder one.
A harder one, yes.
This is going too easy. Yeah. Oof.
Ooh,
Anna, come on.
Oh, I'm chasing you.
Okay, that's good. That's a good result. One Anne is close to Fernando. It's
she's approaching.
As fastest as you answer, more points you win. That's my tip. Just to make the final more interesting. As quicker you answer, more points you will win.
Shit, I clicked wrong.
Oh,
excuses,
that's why you are paying,
excuses.
right? Oh, and this one? What happened this one?
Because we have read the conditions too fast and not
if you
the rest
condition, you
of
click
the
on the first
phrase.
condition and
And what does conditions of mean? Is that one word or two?
No, it's two.
Oh, sorry, it's a typo.
No, it's joke.
You don't know that word.
That's why I made the mistake.
It is a really important word in English, man. You don't. Okay. Ooh, BDD is taking positions.
Okay. I'm not going to allow you fail this one, guys. Seriously. We have been so annoying with this question.
Ooh.
Okay, who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
No.
If are you Fernando, you are going to not receive the prize.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, last one. Let's check it.
Victor, people are going to hit us. We don't have a prize, but we are telling that we have a prize. So what are we going to do? Yeah.
Don't worry. This is the hardest one. Sorry.
Oh.
I have failed the last one.
I can't believe it. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. It required a paid version to have the 4 replies. So I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, we would like to put
this. Even though Fernando won because it was the last one. But this
let's see. No. Let's see. It is also the last. The third position, Anne. Second position, Fernando.
Won. BDD.
I can't believe it.
Okay, who is BDD? Can you show us your face?
Soy yo.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Congratulations, Thierry.
Gracias.
Maybe you have the fastest internet, no?
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah.
Or I have a slow connection maybe, and
Why should you test your connection before you start?
I tested before. Later, my internet will remain the same.
Let's not talk about the Giuseppe connection or laptop. Yeah,
nah, it's perfect, Victor. You know, it's perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
And who's last position? Who's the last position to be punished?
Can we take a look? No, I don't think so.
Back to the podium and scroll down. Let's see.
No, I cannot scroll.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Do you want to point the one who failed?
You can see the full report, maybe.
Have you stopped sharing your screen?
Okay. Be careful.
Be careful. My credit card will.
Yeah.
Players difficult. No, I don't know how we can see that. Oh yes, we can.
Uh-oh.
Really? Do you want to see?
No, you can share the report. It doesn't matter. I know you tried your best.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Victor, let's go to the presentation.
Yeah, let me share back the presentation. We would like to share with you one last exercise. It's not as funny as this one, but here what we have generated is a small, very small use cases of an online shop called Nozama. And well, what we would like to share with you is that if you want or you do these cases and discuss them, show your results, and let's see how can a common language with different words can mean the same. That's the goal of this. So take your time. I don't know.
The thing is, as we are not having that amount of time, because I think we have just 10 minutes to finish this. If we can go just quite quick, both 2 volunteers or 3 volunteers, which present the solution of this exercise, just to take a look and let's see how this. I would like, if it is possible, one from the business perspective or analyst perspective, and another example which will be with really a developer or a technical guy. So it would be quite good, the point of view, and let's see if the approach is more or less the same. So let's do it with, for example, I don't know, Victor, which one do you think which will be the best? I would like to do the search by category. I think it is a good one.
Yeah, and maybe empty the bucket.
Yeah, for example. Okay, so these both, we will let you 5 minutes, and then we have 5 minutes to compare the results. And
It's easy. You just have to follow the pattern that we talk about. I will just, if you want, to give you the examples that we have, just to make your life easy. And well,
and as soon as you have it, you can raise your hand, and then we can take a look.
I think on this BDD, it's easy for all of us to define at least a test with this. And well, the goal is that between both of you to discuss the solution, why not, why this not.
Do you have a solution now? Any one of you? And please don't be shy.
Yes, this is for you because I'm gonna be honest with you. I know how to do this. So.
Sorry, Victor. Sorry, we don't want to annoy you with this. Sorry. Please don't put me in the place to point one directly to have this.
And to be honest, we have not prepared the results, so we don't have the results to share with you because there is not like a correct way to do. As long as you follow the given when then, there's not a correct pattern. So,
can you share again the screen whether you say the actions that we have to do? We have to specify.
Yes. Okay, we have the first one with it is math. I think it will be more as a business perspective that I mentioned. So Victor, do you want to read to copy it in a TXT or something, or do you want to or I can read it maybe?
Did he write down in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe it's good if they wrote down in the chat.
Yeah, Matt, you can share your the results by yourself, and you can tell why. And
yeah, I was just making up something like, okay, so the scenario search by category. So given that you see the full library of different categories, so you have a list of all kind of categories. When selecting one of them, all the content of that specific category is shown. Sorry, I don't know those AMA, so I could not be more detailed than that. It's just a fast way of writing something down now.
No, it's
try to read it from the end to the beginning of the word.
Okay. Given the full library of content categories, when selecting a specific category, then all the content of the category is shown. Of that content category is shown. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. It's quite clear. Anyone, if you got that
I
test,
missed the word tag, category tag is shown. That should be on there, but okay.
Don't worry, but
don't
worry. Everybody can understand what needs to be done on that test, isn't it? Is there any one of you that still need? Of course, you will need the context and so, but the basic functionality of the test. Is there any issue? Any? No. Okay.
No.
Any other example, guys? Do you have any other example to share with us?
I would like to have a look to someone who is.
Wait. We have a volunteer.
Oh, sorry.
I have one. You said that we could do the search by category or the empty the bucket, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've sent it through the chat. So basically, well, this one is quite simple actually. So, well, given a logged in client, I suppose that there was a client buying things. So given a logged in client with a bucket which can be either empty or has things on it, when the user clicks the empty bucket button, which I suppose is the one you are referring to, then the bucket will will reset to 0 products.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yes, easy and clear and precise. And even though you have given the knowledge that even when the user has 0, after pressing the empty, it should remain empty. I know that it sounds like normal, or like you say that it's a stupid functionality, but with this, you make clear that no matter what, when you press the empty bucket, you are sure that the bucket will be empty.
Yeah, and also, and with this, it is really important because at the end, if the client is coming to you, said, okay, when I give in this and when this, it happened this and this is not what we expect, and we said, okay, we define these scenarios together, and this is the what we agreed, and at the end, it is the current behavior of the system. So it is a really good way to align, and you are fully aligned because you have this kind of contracts between the client and the functionality that both agree, because it is in a natural language, as we can see, that is English in this case. And it is a very good way that to guarantee the functionality that you are developing, it is the correct one, and the client is aligned with you. So we have another one. Maybe it's quite different because of the category. So let me read it. Or, well, Luis, do you want to read it yourself? Maybe
yes, please, Luis. Go ahead, Luis, please.
Yeah, sure. Well, given there are categories and products in the category, and the search field is filled, when the user clicks the search button, then all the products of that category are shown if the category exists.
Yes, I like one comment here. You put an and, okay, in the given, okay. In BDD, we used to put different given. So given is one condition or one precondition. Okay, so you can we can put as many given as we need. Okay, so it should be given there is a category and product in the category in the search field. Well, sorry. Let me see. Are you changing it?
Yep.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, the thing is that we can have two given. There is no problem with this. So we have one precondition, the condition of the action, and then the result. So that's a really good one.
How about the if? The if of the then.
Which if?
If the category exists. Is that also?
Well, we can put given a existing category or given a non-existing category. So we are going to have direct examples. We cannot.
I'm saying, does the test also test like if it exists or not? Like, is that
exactly
part of the same test?
Yeah, in fact, here in the then, all products of that category are shown. We can put then, as we put in the given that the category exists, the then should be that we are showing because the category exists. If we put the given a non-category or a category that not exist, then the result will be the error that we expect. That, for example, in the example that we showed you, the message with a display with a message will be shown. So yeah.
Yes, and I'm sorry, we are out of time. I would like to thank you all for coming, especially the ones who actively participated in this. Thank you for coming, and well, have a nice day.
Yeah, and one more thing, if you have any more questions or you would like to know more about BDD in a concrete or how to apply it into your project or something, you can ask to us directly, and we can provide you more information. Maybe we can help with this. Okay, and now we are going to be here, I think, 5-10 minutes, and if in case you have any question or so we will be glad to answer you.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.